Thank you, Madam Speaker. To the bill.
To the bill.
Madam Speaker, I didn't stand up today with a prepared statement for all of you. All I've got to offer is 30 years of long, hard experience as one of the small business owners we're talking about today. And I did appreciate the remarks of my colleague from Grants Pass when we began this debate, because I think he shares some of that experience. And through those long years of working to try and create a successful small business, many people have often turned to me and said, "You've been lucky." And I've replied to them, yes, I have. You've got to work damn hard to be lucky. Not everybody that works that hard is lucky, but my company has been fortunate. And in that process, when you work hard and you get lucky, sometimes you make money, and that's a good thing. So I've listened with interest to all of the debate today, pro and con. And I've been so very pleased to hear people stand up and say, we support small business. We want to see small business succeed. And they talk about the number of businesses that are potentially impacted by the decision we make today, the number of businesses that will be impacted. But I haven't heard anybody talk about how much they'll be impacted. What kind of dollars are we really talking about when we talk about supporting our small business community? You know, the numbers were run in my own county, Madam Speaker, last year. The number of companies that actually took advantage of this opportunity that we're debating here today, 77 companies. 77 companies stood up, took advantage of the opportunity to get this deduction, and combined, they received about $2,000. Anybody got a calculator? 77 companies, $2,000. We're talking about $25. $25 in savings. That's the support that we're debating back and forth here today, colleagues, when we say that we are strong and adamant supporters of our small business community. And I was here in 2013 when we debated the so-called grand bargain. And for the majority of you that are here, that were not here then, I will say that nothing about it was neither grand nor a bargain. But we said that we were going to stand up for small businesses and make sure that they had the capital they needed to buy new infrastructure, to hire new employees, to grow their businesses. That's what we said. And the majority of us supported that measure, Madam Speaker. And then we came to understand the numbers. And the numbers are that there are about 80,000 companies in our state that qualify for this benefit. And 40,000 of them, half of them, Madam Speaker, qualify for about $100 or less. That's the grand bargain that we've created for these small businesses that we vow to support here in Oregon, $100 or less. And oh, by the way, if you go to the other end of the spectrum, the top 1/3 of 1%, not the top 1%, not the half of 1%, but the top 1/3 of 1% will receive more benefit in the current statute than the entire 50% at the bottom. Let me say that again, Madam Speaker. 40,000 companies in Oregon will receive less under the current statute than the top 1/3 of 1% will under the current grand bargain. Neither grand nor a bargain, Madam Speaker, which is why, as many of you know, I've been trying to change the current statute for the last 4 years. And I will continue to try and pursue some changes that I believe will genuinely affect our small business communities, even if they have just one employee, even if they just have part-time employees, even if they hire students or working parents or retirees that are looking for a part-time job. I think that's where we need to focus. The decision today is impossible for me. And I will tell you, Madam Speaker, that I won't make my decision until you call for a vote, because I have a problem with, quite candidly, the notion that we're going to exempt businesses with fewer than 10 employees. Those are the people that we have been championing all this session and trying to find a pathway forward to. And I understand that making that change is also going to address the larger problem that I just referred to. So I'm conflicted here today, Madam Speaker, but I hope that when we come back, not next week, not in 2 weeks, when we come back in a year, or when we come back in 2 years, and we look at serious encouragement to the small business community, that we will remember the words that were spoken on the floor here today. I heard it said, words matter. Words do matter. And if we're going to talk about supporting small business, Madam Speaker, then we need to do it with more than $30 and a lot of strong words on the floor. Thank you, Madam Speaker.